It almost feels like a lifetime ago. Lockdowns, mask mandates, it kind of feels like things are back to normal. But what's normal? Everyone wants to stay healthy. No one wants to get sick. It's tiring just thinking of it.
The Delta and Omicron variants of the COVID-19 virus changed the course of the pandemic.
It's about 43 or 44 deaths a day
seem to be evading immune response more. They seem to be causing more reinfections.
I know a whole bunch of people who had COVID and they seem to be alright. Except for the guys who aren't, I guess. That's too hard. What can we do?
Many people here are travelling on planes without masks, without having to do any sort of testing whatsoever, and a lot of countries don't even need a vaccine anymore.
Let's just get over and done with. But that's not reality. I know it's stressful to think about protecting yourself all the time, to live in fear, but it doesn't have to be that way. But I think we need to accept reality for what it is. We're not going to get through this with wishful thinking. It's obvious that COVID is coming in waves again and again, and it's surprising us in ways that we didn't really expect. New conditions, lingering symptoms that last for months, strange things we can't explain or treat. But it's simple, really. The more you get sick, the more time you spend sick. So let's do all the little things that we can to reduce our chance of getting another infection. Or even if you do get it, the dose of virus that you receive, if we can minimize that, it's going to make things easier for us. Sure, the odds might be in your favor of not becoming really unwell with it or developing long COVID, but the odds increase every time you roll the dice. So what can we do? If you want to get on with life and not think about this very much, then it's time to take some simple precautions. Mask when you're around people, even if it's outdoors and there's a lot of people. Pick a better mask if you can, an N95 or a KN94. There's some new elastomeric masks coming on the market that are really protective and very comfortable. Always try to get some fresh air into the space that you're in. Open some doors and windows if the weather permits. Get some HEPA filters to make sure that the air is being exchanged really frequently. Meet with friends outside, dine al fresco. And make sure you don't go to work or meet with people when you are or you might be sick. Our brain tries to minimize things, so if you're getting any symptoms, just remember it can always be COVID. Even if you had a negative rat on day one, or even if you had COVID not that long ago, or you're fully immunized, just play it safe. And even if it's not COVID, is it really okay to give our friends, loved ones and co-workers influenza or other respiratory illnesses? Who can afford this kind of time off and away from work? Whenever the possibility is available, try wait outside. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you're up to date with all 3 shots. Double vaccinated isn't fully vaccinated. And if you're eligible for a booster, then it's going to provide all the more protection. And hopefully, most of us will be eligible pretty soon. Like all illnesses, we're getting better with the knowledge of this one. The longer it's around, the more we understand how to prevent it, how to immunize against it, and coming up with novel ideas and ways to reduce the severity of illness. Hopefully in the future, better vaccines and better medications are available. But until then, let's reduce the chance of catching it. If you haven't caught it before, congratulations. Try your best to not catch it now. If you have caught it before, try your best not to catch it again. Catching it once doesn't seem to provide you any immunity. The newer strains, BA4 and 5, which South Africa's had now, showing that children under 9 are hospitalized more than people over 80. So we have to be really careful to try stop the spread for ourselves, for our loved ones, and just, if you're protecting yourself like this, we can actually get on with life. I went overseas at the end of December 2021. I was really worried about catching COVID, and at that time, Australia didn't really have a huge outbreak. It was just the beginning of our Omicron outbreak though. And what I felt overseas was safer. I went to Thailand, where if you're outdoors, you couldn't see anyone without a mask, except for the really touristy areas, and it was all foreigners who weren't living in Thailand regularly. It was 30 degrees and humid, yet everybody wore their masks 100% of the time. The majority wore high quality masks as well. Anyone pretty much above the age of 2 was wearing one. And because I felt so safe there, I could go out and not worry about catching COVID in a lot of places. Knew that the immunization rates were high. We knew that everybody was doing their best to protect themselves. People were buying rats. Rats were available back then. And they were testing before they go to big events. Probably because they had such terrible outcomes from the first several waves. And we missed out on that. Thankfully so. We didn't get the big outcomes and big death sort of at the beginning of our COVID pandemic. But we're getting it now. And I know we're all tired, but these few little precautions can really make a big difference. I haven't caught COVID yet. A lot of our staff haven't caught COVID yet. And I want to make sure that you guys don't catch it if you don't have to. And if you've caught it once, try not to catch it again. It doesn't seem to get better with each illness. I've got a patient that caught it 3 times now. And the second and third times were much worse. There's a lot of lingering symptoms of tiredness, shortness of breath, lack of clarity in thinking. I know I couldn't afford to do this and still provide a good service to my patients. So I want to make sure that you guys stay as healthy as possible, and let's get on with life, but in the safest way we can. Thanks.